How's it going, guys? Nappa here. Today we're back with another episode of the NASCAR Heat 2 Career Mode Season 1. Last week we were in a hot seat offer for an Xfinity race at Bristol, and this week we're going to be, and actually we won that race, so now we're going to be at Kansas in our number 8 Moog Chevrolet truck, trying to possibly pull off our second win of the season. Kansas is a good track for me. I usually do pretty well here in every NASCAR game, and we're just going to see what we can do. Now, I'm going to qualify with a custom setup, but if I qualify really well and towards the front of the pack, I'm going to take that custom setup off, and I'm going to go back to the default setup, because I have a feeling that Kansas may end up being a runaway for me, a lot like Atlanta ended up being, and I don't really want that to happen again, so we're going to qualify with a custom setup. If we do ridiculously well, we'll go ahead and we'll take that setup off. So custom career race, we're going to take the wedge down quite a bit as per usual. All of the default setups are usually very, very tight, so we'll take it down to about 46. Tire pressure down, and steering offset. Okay, now, once again I apologize for the constant clearing of my throat. I mentioned in the last video I woke up and my sinuses are just jacked up beyond belief. I don't know if it's just because fall's around the corner or the weather's starting to change, it's getting colder. But, yeah, I do apologize for that. But this truck feels very, very good. We're going to have to let off a little bit getting into the corner, but other than that, we're right back on it. We may very well be taking this custom setup off, as I have a feeling this is going to be a decent qualifying run. So getting into turns 1 and 2, didn't even have to lift till about the middle of the corner. For a second I thought I might make it all the way around without lifting. We actually might be able to through 3 and 4 because there's no triable leading in carrying more speed. Oh, letting off just a little bit. And we're going to qualify 12th. Yeah, we're going to take the custom setup off. Anytime you qualify that well, the AI are going to be really easy. So we're just going to go to the default setup, as you can see. And let's get this race started. Starting in the outside lane, not something I ever really want to do. 12 laps of fuel. So we're going to see how many laps this race is going to be. Race is going to be 22 laps, so I'm going to have to take about a full 2 cans in all actuality. I think if I were to really stretch it out, I could maybe make it on a can and a half, but I don't foresee that happening. Kind of stuck with nowhere to go right this second, as we don't really have an opportunity to get to the bottom yet. We're going to try to split the middle here. Okay, no, that's not going to work. So we're going to fall back in line, maybe split the middle again. We're going to give it some throttle, power out of the corner. Car to the low side, and he's going to make a move, not going to make it work. We're going to try to use this opportunity to get to the bottom here. And we do. That's what I wanted. That's what I needed to do. This default setup is a lot tighter than the setup I had on there, which is to be expected, and it's actually a good thing because it's going to make the race a lot more interesting. But 20 to go. We're going to try to get around Truex on the high side. Might be a bad idea because we might get stuck up here. But we had a lot of momentum going into the corner, so I thought I'd try it. Joe Nemechek up ahead. We're going to try to use his draft to clear the 16 truck. That's not Joe Nemechek, that's John Hunter Nemechek, I'm sorry. We're going to try to make a move to the inside of Briscoe. Very evenly paced through that corner, but we are going to get a little bit of a run out. We're going to use up the apron. And we're going to clear him, it looks like, and now making a move on the inside of Snyder in the 51 truck. We got Noah Gragson up ahead. How on earth a crappy mobile game like Mobile Strike managed to sponsor a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series truck is absolutely beyond me. But Gregson and Bell side by side, really fighting for that position, and I'm going to challenge to make it 3 wide going through the tri-oval and try to get around both of them. Looks like Gregson is falling back. Bell's going to make a move on the high side. He's going to try to reclaim that second position. So now the leader, a little bit of a gap to the leader, as he's built up a nice little cushion. We're going to side draft Bell, pull him back a little bit, and we're going to use up the apron and hopefully use this shortest route here to try to get a little bit ahead of him. We're fighting pretty close for this position here. We do get around him. He is right on our bumper though. Now the question is, can we hunt down Grant Enfinger? Can we claim that first position? So the gap starting out here at 9/10 of a second. Let's see if that shrinks or extends. Seems to be staying almost identical. We gain a little bit through the trial while cutting down onto the apron. Now 6/10 of a second is the difference. Back up to 7 as he gets a better run out of the corner. So we're gaining about 2/10 from when we first started tracking that. Coming through the corner now. Once again, I think he's going to pull away a little bit. But as we come through the tri-oval, we're probably going to gain a little bit as we do. Back to 6/10 now. Close enough now to see his name tag above his truck. I feel his car is a little bit better through the corners, and he's taking a little bit better lines than I am. But the tri-oval is where we're really making up. Oh, and then Christopher Bell. I entered high to try to arc the corner, but Bell, making his presence known, he's going to give us the boot and reclaim that second position. And Grant Enfinger is going to get back up there 8/10 of a second away once again. We're going to move to the inside of Bell. I didn't really appreciate the way he passed me there, so we're going to let him know about it. We're going to run him up a little bit. But in all actuality, drafting with Bell could help us catch up to the leader a little bit quicker. Okay, I didn't really mean to run him up that much, but if I let off the throttle and lost all that momentum, I'd have fallen way back because Briscoe's back there as well. Enfinger's lead shrinking to 4/10 of a second now. I get a bit of a bad line through 1 and 2. Bell's going to come back on the inside, more than likely. Intense battle for second place here, as well as for the lead. Now my tires are getting pretty worn now. Leaders are pitting. Well, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to go around another lap. I didn't really have much notice to that. Yeah, I did not have much notice to that at all. They just kind of peeled off. And caution is out. So we're going to pit. I think because of the caution, we can make it on a can and a half now, probably. With 2 tires and no repairs, we'll go ahead and do that. I may regret taking only a can and a half, but luckily we didn't fall back further. So we got 11 laps of fuel, and how many laps of racing do we have? 9 laps of racing, so we might just barely make it, it looks like. Grant Enfinger retaining his lead, although he appears to be holding up the inside lane just slightly. We now have fresh tires, so we're going to have a few laps where we're going to have the fastest truck on the track, probably. So that's going to be our opportunity. We're going to have to make the most of these fresh tires. And we're going to give the 51 truck the boot. Didn't really intend for that. But we're going to have to use these fresh tires and get up to Enfinger as fast as we can before the tires start to wear and he gains momentum on us. truck feeling much better through the corners with these new tires. I don't want to enter too high or wait too long to dive down, because then the AI will go ahead and make an overtake attempt. Enfinger and I are pretty much exactly evenly paced, even on fresh tires, so this is going to be a close race. Oh, as we drive it in really deep, somehow I managed to make it stick without drifting up the track. I don't know how that happened. Not going to be able to replicate that in 3 and 4, however. We are on Enfinger's bumper. Almost. He tends to get better runs out of the corner, and I'm a little bit faster in. We're going to make a dive bomb attempt. Okay. Little bit of contact there. Nothing too harsh. But we're not going to be able to keep the nose on him as he's going to get the run out. We're going to make another attempt here. Not going to make it work. In fact, he's going to gain a little bit. He's way faster through 3 and 4 than we are. We're faster in the tri-oval and through 1 and 2. 5 to go as we're really battling for the lead now. Throwing it in even deeper than last time. A little bit of contact is made. We may be able to side draft him here if we use this opportunity. Nope, cannot side draft him. We're going to make one more attempt. Here we go, into 3 and 4, throwing it in really deep. We're going to run him up the track ever so slightly. Keeping our line here on the bottom. Now we are faster through the tri-oval, and we may be able to use this to inch ahead of him. Now, here is where we play the blocking game as we are around him. We are going to have to block every attempt. He's going to definitely make many attempts to get around us, and we're just going to have to play the role of Brad Keselowski at Talladega, where we're just going to be swerving all over the track, blocking everybody. Good thing about diving out of the apron, too, not only is it faster than what the AI are doing, but it also is an opportunity to break the draft and prevent him from building up all that momentum. As I do scrape the wall getting into that corner a little bit, that's going to cost us some speed. As he's getting around on the backstretch, we're going to slide up ever so slightly and block him. With about 2 1/4 laps of racing here to go, can we maintain the lead? Now, Noah Gragson, I believe that is. Yeah, that's going to be Gragson is going to overtake Enfinger for second. We have a lapper up ahead. Hopefully we can get around him, no problem. Looks like we can. He may block Gragson. No, he's going to move up for Gragson. Give him the room. Gragson gets a good run through that corner. I had to slow up a little bit due to how low I had to enter. But lap and a half of racing here, Gragson is really looking at that inside. I don't think he quite has the pace to get us on the high side. So if we can just block the bottom and keep him from doing anything down there, we may be able to maintain the lead. So white flag is in the air. We got to hold off Gragson one more time. Coming through 3 and 4. Don't want to. I'm playing a little bit conservative, but I don't want to slide up and give him any chance to make his presence known on the bottom. He's trying everything. He almost moved down to the apron there, trying to use the bottom. 3 and 4 for the final time. Gragson really pushing that bottom. Low on fuel, but that's all right. Coming out of turns 3 and 4. It looks like I'm going to win here at Kansas after a very hard-fought battle. That was that was really close. I'd have to say with that default setup, it made the racing a lot better. I mean, I was just so evenly paced with the AI. Only a 104 speed rating. So we will continue on here. It's saying that Enfinger actually finished second. What? Trying to figure that out. It says Enfinger finished second, and it doesn't even show. It shows Gragson in 10th. So that's incorrect. I'm not sure what that's all about. But we've got our team payout. We're now 7th in points with 2 wins. So we do have the most wins out of anybody in the field. Gregson is 6th in points with no wins. Regan Smith's going to be your points leader with 1 win and 125 points. Not bad. Victory celebration. Pretty sure the trophy is the same in every race that you win. I don't think they modeled the different trophies. But there we go. Fastest lap's going to be Christopher Bell with a 32.9. Most laps led's going to be Grant Enfinger with 16 laps, so he led a good portion of that race. On the move was me, starting 12th, finishing 1st. And Tough Break's going to be Cody Coughlin, starting 15th, finishing 32nd. So let's see what's going on next week, and then we'll end off the video. Perfect 10, trophy unlocked. Okay, yeah, you won it all, but you totally had to run me off the road to do it. Not cool. Well, let's be honest here. You know, he kind of ran me off the road, so I just simply returned the favor when I got back around him. And I really didn't even hit him. I just kind of ran him up the track, in all actuality. So next week, we got a Camping World Truck Series race at Charlotte. So that's going to be interesting. Charlotte's a pretty fun track. Let's go ahead and view rivals. Christopher Bell being neutral. Nobody's really too upset with us, but we got a lot of neutral drivers that are on the verge of becoming upset. So maybe I should take heed of that. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.